Hey, I'm Daniel. In this video, I'm just gonna do a little tour of my Pokemon home. It's a home tour. Home, what are they called? YouTubers do those. They like show off their homes and things. Basically, I have a Pokemon Premium plan on this profile. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos on Pokemon Home, basically what I just did was that I opened Pokemon Home with my Daniel page profile. And this has a premium plan, and then essentially what that means is that if I open with my premium plan, I can still access save files and other profiles. And that is useful to know because actually my main profile is over here on my Daniel page. And yeah, so I just want to show off how I've decided to actually I don't want to do that. I don't want to open because I don't want these symbols. If you're curious about what the symbols mean, you can have a look at one of the playlist videos that will show up at the end of this video. It's symbols explained, but let's get into what this video is about. So I'm going to open Home now with my premium user, and I'm just going to show you how I've organized my boxes because I have quite a lot of Pokemon. I got 860 Pokemon, and that's just those in bank or in Home now. I got some Pokemon on my Sword and Shield Let's Go games as well, and so it can very quickly become messy and unorganized, and so I'm just gonna suggest to you a way you can do it if you want to draw some inspiration from me. And so the first good tip is that don't put organized boxes in box space 1. That's just it's gonna mess you up because when you send over Pokemon from Pokemon Bank, then they are just gonna see if, oh, here's an empty box, and then maybe here's an empty box, and then they're just gonna fill from box space 1 until they have found all the boxes they need space for. And so I personally will keep at least box space 1 open with nothing in it for now, because then when I send Pokemon over from bank, then the boxes will show up here. Very simple. And then next is box space 3. Here I've just decided to have boxes of Pokemon that I haven't organized yet, and so I just move them over here. They also are Pokemon that I just have no interest in, but I still want to keep them in case I want to do some GTS trades and people are asking for Pokemon. Then box space 3 for me is just Pokemon that I kind of have but I don't want, but that I can just like send over to GTS if I want to trade for something that I do want. Box space 4, here's where I have all my rejects. I've just decided to make to call these boxes rejects 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I got some breeding. I have my Ditto from Ultra Sun, which is pretty good for special attackers. As you can see, the only thing I don't have is speed. Next up is actually a shortcut. Whenever you open a box, you can just double press up, and then you go back to box spaces, and that'll help you a lot. Then I got some gift Pokemon from some dear friends. And then at the bottom here, I have a very, very generous person slash friend. I don't know, I don't think I've been a good enough friend to be able to call her a friend, but she definitely was a good friend to me. She gave me a lot of Pokemon back in the Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby days. She's epic. Next up is box space 5, and here I just have boxes for whatever collections I want to do that don't require more than a few boxes. So for example, up here I have a box for my own just nostalgic Pokemon. These were for my playthrough through Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Here's the box with some special Pokemon. I got some hidden abilities that I'll get back to in a bit. Got some events, some legendaries, some shiny Pokemon. Yeah, I got quite a lot of shiny Pokemon. This is not all of them. I do have some in my National Dex, which I'll get to in a bit. And here's just some Pokemon for a different video. And so here's really what you should potentially be the most interested in. How do I organize my living decks? And I've decided to use box space 6 for that. Box space 7 will just be whatever, variants and things of that nature. But the box space 6 is really what is interesting about this whole video. I've had this organization system for quite a while now, back in Pokemon Bank, and so I'm going to share it with you here. Basically, there are 30 boxes here, and each of the 30 boxes have space for 30 Pokemon. Why this is interesting is that you actually, within one box space, can fill every single Pokemon released in Pokemon up until Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't know how many new Pokemon will come after Eternatus, so you will potentially have to stretch this National Living Dex into box space 7, for example. But this gives you the option to nickname or rename your boxes so that this is Pokemon 1 to 30, 31 to 60, 61 to 90, 91 to 120, and then you just do that all the way until you get 871 to 900, and then you have all of the Pokemon in their National Dex order that you can sort. And so, for example, I got Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and so on. I've pretty much completed the Kanto Dex because of Let's Go and whatnot. And so, if you're curious how you find the national number, the national Pokedex number of a Pokemon, you can do check summary. And then you can see the name of Bulbasaur next to the grass and poison symbol, like way over here. Then it says N001. Somehow when I was looking at it, it was difficult to spot, so you have to look a little bit, and then all of a sudden on the middle of the screen you'll see like, 001, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I don't know if it's called arithmetic, but some things to consider is that there will always be a number 6 here. I think anyway. Let's double check that. Number 6, number 6, number 6, number 6. Yeah. Okay. Basically, you can do the following. You have 6 plus 6 is 12. So the last number is 2. Plus 6, which is 18. Last number is 8. Plus 8, 24. Last number is 4. Plus 6. The last number is 0. Why this is important is that this is going to help you. This Pokemon, Charizard, Pokemon in this spot will always have the last number in their National Dex as 6. This will always be 2, 8, 4, and 0. So Mewtwo is 150, as you know. Dendratini would be 144. Ammonite would be 138. Ditto would be 132. And Magmar is 126. And then you can organize very quickly by using a little bit of math. And then all of a sudden, then you know, for example, the box number is 121. That means that this is 126. This is 132. That means that Gyarados is 130. Let's double check. Yup. And then off you go. You have 900 Pokemon to collect. Good luck. This is how I've decided to go about it. A little piece of information at the end here would be that all Pokemon, let's see now if I have one here. You can see on the line of, I can't point very well, but you can see that it says Firefang, Air Slash, Slash, and Smokescreen. Above that, you can see those markings, and then ENG. Some of these Pokemon will have different languages, and so then it won't be English. But you can see the Game Boy symbol there, or the G symbol, or the Pikachu symbol, or the plus symbol. Basically, all Pokemon that comes from the Game Boy symbol will have their hidden abilities. This is because that these are sent from the Game Boy through the Poketransporter into Pokemon Bank, and then I need some water. And then from Pokemon Bank to Pokemon Home, and then essentially, if you catch them all in Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you can then have all the Pokemon up until 251, which is the magic number with Celebi. This would be 252, if you remember the math. And that is interesting because hidden abilities are pretty cool, and it's a neat way to collect because you can basically go about and go on your off your way. How's that expression? Let's just not do that now. But you can go and collect all the Pokemon from the Game Boy games, and have their hidden abilities, which is what I'm going to try and do. And then, man, I've talked really fast in this video. I need to go to school soon, but basically every now and then I have some shiny Pokemon. And what I'm trying with this living dex is that the best Pokemon to have is hidden ability. And so hidden ability plus Gmax is just like God tier. What's under there is if it's a reject that has good stats and a cool ball, for example. But personally, I always value hidden ability at top. And then, like, if there's a hidden ability Pokemon with a cool ball, then that's epic as well. And so why that is important is that this is a continuous process. Even if I was to keep filling this system up with Pokemon until it's done, then there's always a little bit more I can do, because obviously this Pokemon comes from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and I kind of want the Game Boy symbol, as you can see down there. Yeah, that'll then have its hidden ability. And so if I head over here, there should be some shiny Pokemon. For example, this Stuffle. So let's say I find a Stuffle somewhere, then I'll just change out this Stuffle and put it in my shiny box right here. And I feel like there's something else I want to say here. Yes, what I want to say here is that at first when I started using Pokemon Home, I was unsure how well I liked that they used these drawings instead of the pixel art, but it's actually ingenious. They have spent so much effort on this. Can you imagine? They have 1,000 Pokemon and they've made a new drawing for each of these Pokemon because of one reason. People like shiny hunting, and if you have a bank system or a home system without the ability to see which Pokemon is shiny just very easily, then that would be a problem. So they've done a really good job with Pokemon Home. I'm very satisfied. Like, there's nothing I got problems with this service so far anyway. I've been very happy about it. Maybe I can go into some things that I've discovered as of how to filter things. So for example, I got a few shiny Pokemon. I can sort them by just shiny, by putting on a filter, which is cool. And then you can actually not only filter the Pokemon you have in your home, but you can also sort them. So for example, I don't really want them in the box order. Let's see if I can find the National Dex order. How about that? Yeah. And so I got 2 shiny Caterpie apparently. I got 2 shiny Pidgey, a Pidgeotto, and a Pidgeot. 2 Rattata. 3 shiny Gyarados. 3 shiny Magikarp. Just good stuff. And so, yeah. I recommend you, if you have any questions about how to use Pokemon Home, you can check my best videos playlist, which is right on the screen here somewhere. I've made a few Pokemon Home videos so far. And so if you don't find your question there answered, you can just leave a comment and I'm going to try and get back to you and make a video on whatever your question is. And so I hope this video is useful. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day. Goodness, I need some water.